Hi, it's Realist, and in this video I want to share with you how you can balance your promotional emails and free content. What you don't want to do is to kill your list by selling too much and promoting way too much. There should be a balance between the sales emails and the free tips, how-tos and tutorials that you share. For some, promotional emails work, but personally I like to balance it so then you're actually giving value to your subscribers, building relationships, and in the end, you're building a more long-term relationship with your subscribers. You know, some say that the way to balance it is to use the 80-20 rule. 80% should be about them and then 20% selling. So 80% free content, free tips, how-tos and tutorials, while 20% is about selling. That might be a little bit strict for some. If you'd like, you can switch it around. So then it's more about 80% selling and then 20% sharing free content. That also works as well, as long as you're adding value to your subscribers' lives. The free content that you share in your emails can simply be just one tip in your email without promoting anything, no links. If you'd like, you can place a link just to your blog, and your blog does share free content anyway. So that's a good way to still promote something, but not overly sell. Another great way to share free content is to share a free report where there's an opt-in for someone's list. So if you want to do some sort of ad swap or email swap with someone, then you can negotiate that. So then your subscribers are getting something for free in the end. Another powerful way is to share a video tutorial. This may take a little bit longer for some, but once you create that video, you can share it over and over again by just preloading that free content into your autoresponder sequence. So there are many ways on how you can add value to your subscribers' lives. It doesn't have to be hard, and by doing this, you're building a stronger connection and they'll trust you. So then when you promote your next offers, then they'll buy right away from you because they trust your recommendations and any products that you're promoting. Hi, in this video you're going to learn about email frequency. How often should you email your list? Too much or too little could hurt. And this is one of the most frequently asked questions when it comes to email marketing. You know, some speculate once a month is good, while others once a week. All right, and others totally believe that sending out each day, daily, is good for your list. Here's what I say to all that. Just be consistent on your schedule. If you're going to send out once a day, then do that. If you're going to send out once a week, just do that. Make it predictable, because if you're unpredictable, people may forget you, as email is getting more and more of an information overload and distraction for a lot of people. So if you email today and then you don't email for the next 6 months, then they'll forget about you. It's also important to let your subscribers know what to expect of your email newsletter. And you do this on your first email that goes out in your autoresponder. So straight after your subscriber opts in to your list, send out an email or preload this email that states that, you know, you'll be expect to receive an email from me once a week with a tip or two. So that's what you should put in as a notice to your subscribers, so then they know what to expect and not get any surprises. Now, with frequency, really it depends on what type of content you're sharing. If you're sharing something that's free, valuable content, I see no problem in emailing them daily. While if it's something promotional or something you're trying to sell, you probably want to keep that down a notch unless you have some sort of brand new product launch. I've seen people who are emailing 10 times a day, and that works for them. To some, that may be purely just overkill. So if your list is used to you sending 2 or 3 emails a day, then that's fine. If you want to limit your email to just once a week, then do that. But don't be sporadic, that's what I'm saying. The aim is consistency, just like blogging. If you're going to blog, keep consistent, keep at that routine and the schedule. If you're going to blog once a week, then blog once a week. If you're going to blog once a month, then do that. Same goes with your email newsletters. So that's really all there is to it. Find your balance and keep these tips in mind. It's Realist Chin, and in this video I want to show you how I personally write copy for any product in just 5 minutes. So this is my personal formula and the structure that I use when I'm writing every single promo email, whether it's my product or a product that I'm affiliate of that I want to promote. And what I love about this is that I follow this structure all the time. It's like a template that I follow, so then I don't get lost for words or end up staring at a blank screen. And this gives me a way to just follow that layout. So then it's a layout that's worked for me for many years now, and I've sold thousands of different types of products in the past already, my own and also products I'm an affiliate of. So all I really need to do is take out a notepad. So that's what you need to do as well. Take out your notepad, and what I'm going to do for the purpose of this example really is to find a product that I've never promoted before, because I want to show you exactly what I do in that sort of scenario. So what I've got open is JVZoo. All right, so I've also got my notepad here open, or you can use your text editor, whatever text editor that you're using. Just make sure it's in plain text, so then when it does come time to send out your email, you can just copy and paste the actual text rather than having it from Word doc. Sometimes that can get a little messy when you copy and paste it, as it's different characters. So what I like to do is just put it into raw text here. You can see there's nothing fancy, no formatting tools or guide styles here. All right, so let's just look for a product first. And obviously, I did say that it takes 5 minutes for me to normally write it, but this video demonstration is going to take a little bit longer because I'm going to explain in detail every single line how I write it. So, just a little bit of a warning there. Okay, so in jvzoo.com, where you want to go is to Marketplace Top Sellers, and obviously you can follow along if you'd like. The top sellers might be different, obviously different on the day that you view this. So I'm going to, let's say, choose, let me see here, we've got Social Engage, Elite Video Evolution, Traffic Flare, PPV Ninja, Traffic Funneler. I'm just going to choose number 1 here. And usually if you click on affiliate details, you can actually find the JV or affiliate promotional page. You can see here, socialengage.io. I'm going to open that, and I'm going to show you that most of the times the top sellers have a ready-made promo tools here. Let's turn that off. But if you go into the promo tools section, you'll find different emails copy that you can just copy and paste. But I don't recommend that you simply just copy and paste the ready-made email swipe, as hundreds of others might be using the exact same promotional email. So you can use it as a guideline, but you should use your own words, integrate your own words and your own voice into the copy. Otherwise, you're just going to sound like everyone else. And people subscribe because they want to hear from you. So don't make the mistake of just simply copying and pasting, as tempting as it does sound. That's the easy way, but if you put a little bit of effort into writing your own copy, they'll see the difference. Okay, and obviously then they can definitely tell whether it's you that's writing it or someone else that's writing it. So let's go back to the affiliate details page. And what I'm going to do, actually I'll get out of that. We've already been to the affiliate details page, but if you click on the actual product name, it'll take you to the actual sales page to give you an idea of what it's about. Obviously, it's always best to get a review copy or some sort, or purchase it yourself so you can see what it's all about. And because sales letters sometimes don't tell you exactly what's contained in it, especially an information product, but this seems to be some sort of, you can see here, this looks like a bit of a software tool. So I scroll down, and obviously, yes, it is some sort of tool, world's most powerful social sales machine. They call it a machine. In other words, it is a software. So you build your campaigns, options of branding for your marketing. You got your player customization, live editing, integration with your autoresponder, quick stats, all these other features. And right off the bat, I can see that this software, what it does is it creates high converting video landing pages inside Facebook news feeds. So that's the twist there. Usually people aren't able to put video landing pages in the news feeds. So taking my notepad out, I can start typing the copy. And usually I like to start with the subject line, and that gives me a basis for writing the main body. So then I'm always focusing on that subject, that headline, because in the end, what you want to do is people who are opening your emails should receive more information about an elaborated version of that headline. And obviously, because of CAN spam, the CAN spam Act states that your headline and your body needs to match. If it's misleading, then it's considered spam. So make sure that your headline and your body are consistent. All right, so for the subject line, I'm just going to type it here so then you can see for your reference what I'm typing here. So the subject line, usually you can put your first name, depending on whether you collected that field in your autoresponder. The main benefit that I see for this product, and obviously I've only really seen and investigated on this product just within the last 5 minutes. Really what stands out for me, this product, is that you can put videos in the news feed. All right, so I've put in, this tool puts videos inside the news feed of Facebook. So that kind of stands out already. And I could play around with the headline and put in several versions and then pick one later on, or I could use it, do an A/B split test using my autoresponder to see which headline does better and gets more opens. Okay, but purpose of this video, I'm just going to provide just one there. So the email body, obviously you don't need to type the subject line and body. It's just for you to see. Hi, first name. Usually I like to just begin with hi, first name. Usually what I like to do, if I don't have the first name field or didn't collect it when subscribers opt in, I just go, hi, I just put in my first name. Sounds personal, just as personal when, putting their first name as well. So I'll leave that there because most likely you have the first name field there. What I like to do at the start of each of my promo emails is to state a problem, a pain, something that's painful, because that really gets them emotional rather than, a pleasure, because pain is a stronger emotion than a pleasure. You could use a pleasure, but it won't be as powerful. So what I like to do is ask a question that's hitting some pain points. So here's a question: are you not getting enough traffic to your site? And here's two other questions that I came up with: not getting any leads. Maybe I should add that. And have you tried SEO, seller ads, swaps, and blogging, but seem to be going nowhere? That's a typo there. And I usually like to provide the solution after that, because at that point they're probably agreeing. They're like, yes, I'm getting no traffic, I'm not getting any leads, I've tried all this, what's the solution? So I introduce a solution by simply saying something like this. So I put in this: well, I stumbled across a brand new tool that puts videos inside the Facebook news feed. And then you can go on and put in a link and a call to action. So the call to action is always important because you need to tell them exactly what they need to do. So I would put in, so the call to action reads, check out exactly how it works here. And then you put in the link, your affiliate link. And what you're going to do next is elaborate a bit more by adding some benefits. You can either do it in sentence form, or in bullet form. When you're using bullet form, you can use that star key. So I'm going to refer back to the sales page. By going down, you can see some of the benefits here. So some of the features just below here. So here's the feature, build high converting campaigns in minutes. It takes 2 minutes to create your campaign inside Social Engage. Everything's already automated for you. Just choose the kind of campaign you want set up. All right, so that's one there. You got full option branding. That's not that important. Player customization. So these are more features than benefits from what I can see. You can see this here. Sell your own products and promote affiliate products using highly engaging videos inside the newsfeed. This is pretty good itself. So what I'm going to do is use that as one of the benefits. All right, looking for more benefits, you can just go through the page further. And I can see here another one. They've built something that's able to create functional opt-in forms, buy buttons, discounts, timed offer, and video landing pages right inside. You know, that's just to reiterate what this product is about. Okay, so I've basically just put in this tool builds functional opt-in forms, buy buttons, discounts, timed offer, and video landing pages right inside the newsfeed. All right, so I like to put in about 3 or 4 benefits there. And I can see another one here. You can use it to build a list of fresh new subscribers for your online business. Okay, and especially by using the word you're referring to just one person, so it sounds more personal as well. So it's always good to use that power word. So my bullets are done. What I want to do now is put another call to action and then place the link. This time my call to action is going to be more about getting the actual tool. So I'm going to put get instant access to this brand new tool right now, and then placing the link. And at this point I can sign off. All right, and the PS is also important. PSs should summarize what the email is about, and because you're going to get people who skim and scroll right to the bottom of the email and then check out to see what the email is all about. So it's a good place to put in a quick message for those who skip the majority of the email. Another great way to use your PS is to put a scarcity time restriction warning. So with this one here, there's an 80% discount at the moment. So scrolling down, I think I saw it here. There's 80% off, but it says 17 minutes. But, you know, hypothetically, let's say it is 80% off for, you know, the 7 days. I'm going to put in, grab your copy today while there's an 80% off discount. Go here and then placing the link again. So it's good to always put a call to action to tell them what to do. Otherwise they're just going to, you know, delete your email, archive it, whatever it is, and never see it again unless you do some follow-ups. So that's what I like to do, put in some sort of scarcity warning there. Otherwise I can add some sort of summary of what the product does by adding grab your copy today of this tool that adds video landing pages inside Facebook's newsfeed. There's an 80% off discount, so be quick. So some urgency is also good as well to get your subscribers taking action. So that's pretty much it. You can see there, you know, you can wrap the words if you want, to however many characters. But personally, I like to just keep it whatever line, and then let the device that the subscriber is reading from wrap. So let's say that the reader is viewing the email on their mobile phone, it automatically wraps. So that's why I don't like to cut off and break the lines, because sometimes the lines might look a bit messy in the end. Alright, so I've seemed to have accidentally deleted the subject line. So I'm going to just add it again, if I can recall. Alright, it was something like that. Alright, and so all I need to do at this point is just copy and paste it to my autoresponders broadcast section, or the follow-up section, and I'm good to go. So to summarize, you've got your subject line, you've got the email body, you've got the opening, which states some sort of pain or problem in your industry. In this case, I've put in not getting enough traffic, no leads, have you tried everything? So you can use this basic structure in any niche. I can think of like weight loss, using this in weight loss, in self-help, anything. And provide the solution, offer the solution, introduce the solution by saying something like this. I stumbled across this tool or this product, and it's called this. You can name it. I didn't particularly name the product here, no particular reason, but you can do that. You can use this little tactic to get them curious to see what this tool is. So that's part of the reason why I probably didn't include it. And call to action, which is crucial. The link, which is obviously important. And then a list of benefits, 3 or 4 will do. You don't want it to be too long. Make sure it's benefits, not features. There's a big difference. Now, add another call to action, and then you've got a link, sign off, and the PS, which states or summarizes the email, okay, all into just one sentence. Or you can add some sort of scarcity notice, like what I did here. I've integrated both, actually. And the link, that's pretty much it. So use this simple structure and format that I personally use, and you'll never have to think about what to say for your next promotion. Hi, it's Realist Chin. In this video, I want to share with you how you can integrate and tell a story in your emails, whether it's an email about sharing your tips or an email where you're promoting a product. Stories always do well because humans can relate to stories. And as a kid, when you were growing up, you've probably been told many stories. So that's why stories are so powerful, because it's something that people can relate to, like something that they can remember. It's a great way to connect with your audience and gain their trust at the same time, because you're being authentic by sharing a story. And the first thought, you're probably thinking, do I have to tell a story that's long? Does it have to start off with once upon a time? Has nothing to do with all that. And I can tell you that you can write a story in just one sentence, one line. It doesn't need to be that complicated. So I'm going to take out my text editor here and just show you how I integrate a story into an email promotion. Okay, with my blank piece of notepad here, I'm going to show you how you can write stories even in one line. All right, so let's say this is your email copy. I'm going to just start off with hi, and use a first name tag there. And I could just put in, hope you're doing well and your week's been great. Now here's the part where I share the story in pretty much one sentence. All right, so there it is. This week's been really tough for my team and I, as we're putting together a new launch coming up in 20 days. That's all it really is. That's a story in one sentence. It doesn't need to be long. And obviously you can go into deeper links and share a more longer story. But I just wanted to really illustrate how simple it is just to add a little story. And the reason why you want to do this is to be a bit more transparent, okay? Be a bit more authentic, so then you're not just sounding like a robot. Instead, you're human, just like the person that's reading your email. You want to be able to connect with them. And that's the whole point of using stories. Because at the end of the day, you don't just want to keep selling and selling. I want to show you another example of integrating a story. This is the second one. All right, so I've gone ahead and just wrote something on the spot. Probably doesn't make sense and really hypothetical, but here's what it reads. I was driving to a friend's housewarming and turned up the radio. I hear my advertisement right there on the biggest radio station in the state. 2 minutes later, I started receiving calls from left to right. I couldn't answer because I was driving. I pull over and answered the next call. It was a call for an order of my new product. So as you can see, this is a story that's sort of gets the interest and makes the reader want to find out more. What is this? What are you talking about? It's really intriguing, and they obviously want to learn more. So you can go on and elaborate more on the story. So I'm going to go ahead and continue writing the story and then providing the solution. Okay, so I've added this. All day I was receiving calls for new orders. This advertisement of mine was all done for free thanks to a special win-win system that I'm using. And then call to action. Go here to find out all about it. And you can put in the link to the product, your product, or a product you're an affiliate of. So disregard some of the things that I've said here because I've pretty much made it on the spot and this product does not exist at all. So just a little disclaimer there. And once that's done, really, that's your story. As you can see, it's not like it's a full ebook, a 40-page ebook. It's not in that fashion. By using stories, you're not just promoting and selling directly using overhyped language. This is a way to connect with your audience right away off the bat. And as I was saying at the beginning, it makes you sound human in the end. So you can use this approach when writing your email copy, or you can go as simple as just writing one sentence. Either way, whatever promotion, whatever sales email that you're broadcasting and emailing out, you should always integrate some sort of story. So I hope this tip's helped, and try it on your next email. Hi, in this video I want to share with you how to track your click-through and open rate for every email that you send out. Tracking the open rate of your emails and click-throughs can easily be done in your autoresponder service. So I'm going to show you in GetResponse and Aweber where to enable it. Let's say I'm creating a newsletter. I can just go to Messages, create a newsletter. I'm just going to choose a HTML source editor. Put in just message name, demo, subject line. Here it is, track click through. Now bear in mind that the open rate will only be tracked and counted for if your reader enables HTML viewing in their emails. To show you an example, here's an email that I sent out through GetResponse. Here's a newsletter. You can see images are not displayed. Obviously there's no images that I placed here, but the little pixel that's embedded to be able to track the open rate is here somewhere. So if I click on display images below, now that's tracked as an open. Okay, that's counted as 1. So again, here's another copy. I'm just going to click display images below. So you can see obviously there's no images here, but that's how the open rate is tracked, only if the user enables that. And the click-through is automatically tracked because they'll cloak your link, any links that are embedded in your newsletter, and then using their tracking tool. Now let me show you in Aweber how to enable the click-through and open rates. So I've created a new message by just going to Messages, Broadcast, put a subject line here, and put in some text here. So now it's in All right. When I click next, it's going to disable sharing there. And you can see here, track clicks on website links in this message. So that's what you need to make sure you enable, and that'll track the click-throughs. And you want to make sure you broadcast a HTML email as well, not a plain text. So let me just go back to the home page. So in this section, this button here, I'm going to select code your own HTML. So it needs to be HTML format rather than plain text format, otherwise it won't track. That's in Aweber. Now in get response, let's go back to the home page. So I'm going to go to messages, create newsletter, and I'm just going to choose the basic HTML source editor. There is a way to use plain text, but for the purpose of this video, HTML is what you want if you want to track opens and click-throughs. There are alternatives, but in order to track the opens, you need to use the one that the service provides you. But there's a way to track clicks using third-party tools such as Bitly and all these other link shortening and cloaking services. You can check out viralurl.com as well. Or, you can use a free service like Bitly, bit.ly. However, you need to be careful with using these cloaking tools because some of the domains and IPs that they use are blacklisted because you're getting millions, thousands or millions of people using their service as a tracking tool. And at the end of the day, people can report it and blacklist it in the end. So that's one thing to be mindful of when using third-party software because of this blacklist issue. So that's how to track your open and click-through rate. All right, in this video, I want to show you how to write a call to action in your email. So if you want readers to take action, make sure you use calls to action. So I've got opened up a pre-written email that I wrote just recently. So what is a call to action? A call to action really is to tell them exactly what you want them to do. It could be to buy now, to click here, to go here, to check this out, to watch this video. That's a call to action. And if you're sending a direct sales message, then you definitely want to add a call to action. You can't just expect them to know what to do. So if let's say you're offering a bonus for a product you're an affiliate of, give them the exact instructions on what to do. For example, step 1, purchase through this link. Step 2, email me directly here. Step 3, make sure to copy and paste your receipt. That's it. That's pretty direct and the calls to action that you want to use. But let's say you're promoting a product and you want to use a call to action. Could be as simple as check out exactly how it works here, as you can see from this example. Or you can say get instant access to this brand new tool right here. I've also got a short one, 2 words, go here. That's the call to action. See, if I leave this out, let's just say I take this out. I've got these bulleted benefits and then the link doesn't really show much. There's no call to action here. It doesn't make the reader want to click it. So make sure you're adding a call to action wherever you may be. The more direct you are, the better. And don't write in a way where it's indecisive, as in, let me show you an example. If you've got time, take a look here. As you can see, this is a little bit indecisive and you're not being direct if you've got time. So you're giving them a choice, which is not good. So they're probably going to think, oh, probably not now. I don't have time. So, they might delete your email, archive it, whatever it may be. So again, make sure you're direct with your calls to action and you're going to get a lot more clicks. So that's how to write calls to action in your email. Another frequently asked question in regards to email marketing is whether you should use double opt-in or single opt-in. Now, there are benefits for both and there's a time and place for each. All right. For a general opt-in for an incentive or lead magnet, you want to make sure you use double opt-in, especially coming from traffic that's more raw, such as Google AdWords or banner ads, things like that. The reason why is that because if you're paying for your autoresponder service like GetResponse or Aweber, you're actually paying for every lead. So you want to make sure that you're paying for the leads that actually want to receive information from you. And just to clarify what double opt-in is, in case you don't know what it is verification. So a confirmation that the person sending the email has permission to send you that email. And this is done by the autoresponder service sending you this confirmation email, and then you receiving that email in your inbox and then clicking on that confirmation link. So then you're telling them, yes, I want to receive information from John Doe, and then you're subscribed. While single opt-in is you type in opt-in for that offer, and then straight away you're in that list. Even if you make a mistake with that email address, you're still in the list, but with that, you're not going to receive the emails. So that's the trouble I see with single opt-in. If your subscriber accidentally puts in the wrong email, they're not going to receive your information. In addition, single opt-in generally isn't going to be as high quality as double opt-in leads. And with Aweber, you're actually going to pay for unconfirmed emails. So even if the person doesn't confirm the emails, you're still paying for that. And I know that GetResponse doesn't charge you for unconfirmed emails. The next thing I want to point out is when you can use single opt-in and when it's best to use single opt-in. If you have some sort of page where you're inviting affiliates and joint venture partners to promote your product, then that would be ideal, because they're obviously going to put in their real email address because they want to be up to date, get the updates in the news about the affiliate contests and things like that. Then that's where you want to use that single opt-in. If you don't like using double opt-in and want to stick to single opt-in, there's a way around this. On your opt-in form, make sure to specify and let your visitors know that to make sure to use their real email address, as that's where you'll be sending their free gift. Okay, you can do this in your call to action. So it could say something like, simply fill in your first name and email down below and I'll send your free gift in your email right away. So that's sort of a more subtle way and a hint to tell them to make sure that they use their real email address. So that concludes this video. Hope that's helped you decide whether to use double opt-in or single opt-in. Should you ask for your subscriber's first name when they opt in? That's the question, and that's what I'll share in this video. Some people say that if you disregard the first name and only ask for the email address, that gives them less options, and in the end, it'll result in more higher conversions, and you'll get more subscribers in the end. However, from my own testing, I've only seen a 1.3% difference or so. Not a significant amount, but obviously if you're generating lots of traffic, like millions of visitors, then that makes the 1.3% does make a difference. However, it really comes down to personal preference. Do you want to collect their first name? Do you want to collect their last name? And all this other information that might be relevant to your industry. But in this internet marketing industry, usually just the first name and email address is sufficient enough. And when I say that it comes down to personal preference, do you want to add their first name? Do you want to be able to use their first name in your emails? And that's the question. If you don't require it, if you simply want to write your emails in a way that doesn't refer to their first name at all, then that's fine. But if you want to add that little bit of personal touch and get their attention by knowing their first name, you can put it in your emails and embed it throughout your email newsletters. But if you're worried about conversion rates, then don't hesitate too much, whether to use it or not. If it looks better, just asking for the email address, and if it fits your opt-in page, as in your design, then, feel free to just use the email address as a field. Personally, I mix it around a bit. Sometimes I ask for first name, sometimes I don't. Really depends on the context. Just don't be too concerned about, whether you should leave the first name out because you're going to get high conversions just by using email address. Test it out yourself, because there are many variables when you're doing testing and tracking. It could be your opt-in form, could be your headline, could be the layout, could be the call to action, could be anything. But test out whether first name plus email does better over just asking email, and vice versa. At the end of the day, don't be too concerned whether to add it or not. Hi, in this video I want to share with you whether you should use plain text or HTML emails and what's the difference, what are the benefits, and which one should you use in the end. The most significant difference is in the way you can format your emails. With plain text you can only put the raw text and not put any fancy bolding and italics and adding images to your email, while the HTML emails you can do all that. You can format your text, use different types of fonts, put in images and style the email the way you want. But there are pros and cons to both. With plain text, the disadvantage is that you can't track the open rate, and with HTML emails you're able to track those open rates. And with HTML emails you can track those opens. So let me show you a demonstration between both. Now I'm in GetResponse in the broadcast section where I've enabled HTML. So this is a HTML demonstration. I'm going to put some text here. Okay. Now you can see here I've got a few options here to format the text. I can click this little gear icon, choose a font. I'm going to choose an Arial font, make it as big as I want. And obviously I wouldn't send this, but you get the idea. I can bold the text. I can make this clickable by using the little insert and put a URL there. As you can see now, that is linked. So this would be ideal if you want to put a call to action like click here to find out more. While in plain text mode, you can't do that. So, I'm going to link that. All right, HTTP. So this would be your affiliate link or product link. And now that's hyperlinked, as you can see, rather than putting a URL, that looks pretty ugly. Right. So that obviously looks better. Click here to find out more, as opposed to just a http:// and the URL. So that's the advantage really with HTML as well. With the formatting, you're able to do that. I can also insert an image as well by clicking on this insert image. Now let me show you the plain text format. It really is plain. Okay, this is in Aweber. You've got your subject line as usual, and then you put in the text. And that's it. There's really no other option to format the text. It's going to look like that. Not exactly like this, but depends on the subscriber's mail program that they use to open. If it's Gmail, then usually the font is in Arial font, so it won't look like this. But really, if you wanted to put a link, then you would have to put in the direct link to wherever it is. You can't put in the call to action, click here to find out more, and there's no way to link that. Okay, they can't click it, so you're going to have to put in the URL, and that's the difference. And you aren't able to track the open rate of plain text. You can track the click-throughs if you put in a cloaked link, right? Let's say this is the bit.ly, whatever link it is, but it's going to look like that. It looks pretty ugly, right? So you can still track clicks. That's a thing with plain text. So those are the differences between HTML emails and text emails. So hope that helps in finding which one to use best for you. In this video, you're going to learn when the best time is to send out your email. The first thing I want to tell you is that there really is no best time, but you can follow some general guidelines so then you can get the most out of every email that you send out. There are many sources out there on the internet that show you the best times that you should email. At the end of the day, only you know the best time because you own the list and you communicate with your list. And by testing and tracking, you know when the best time really is. There are many variables in this because I can see, depending on your niche, your industry, because some industries only operate 5 days a week. Most industries like the commercial and industrial sort of industries, They only operate, for 5 days, Monday to Friday, while others, there's no restriction at all. But one source that I've found is from GetResponse, and there's an infograph. You can see best time to send the emails, all right, infographic. And they've researched based on 21 million messages sent from US accounts. Obviously, GetResponse is an email autoresponder service. So they can control, they know the exact stats, the click-throughs, opens, everything. So the results they've found is that during the reader's top engagement times are between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. and 4 p.m., which increases the open rates by 6%. All right, I'll provide this link as well so that you can take a look yourself. And on the next paragraph, they address that it really depends, on the daily routines of the subscribers and their time zone differences. And I know with GetResponse, there's a thing called the time travel. So then you can send an email based on the person's geographical location. So if you want to send that at 10 a.m. for their particular geographical location and time zone, then you can set that in GetResponse. All right. Otherwise, if you send it at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, then it'll send it, at 12 midnight Australian time, something like that. And here's another great stat here. Your emails, when you send out within the hour, is when you'll get the most opens. So you can see here 23.63% of all email opens occur within the first hour after delivery, and then it slowly reduces after that. Based on my experience, I think that the reason why is because your email slowly gets flooded amongst all the other emails that are sent to your inbox, and it doesn't receive as much attention. And their theory is that an email sent between 5 p.m. has a 23.63% chance of being opened in the first hour after delivery. That's the afternoon, I guess, after work. People are stuck in traffic, and which is probably a bad idea because you're driving and you don't really want to check your emails. But according to their stats, 5 p.m. really is one of their peak hours as well. At 6 p.m., people are getting ready, ordering pizza or cooking dinner. 7 p.m., if you've got a family, 7 p.m. is bathing the children. 8 p.m., people are checking emails again. And below you can see email results by time of day, which is probably what you're most interested in. So when is the best time to send out? Well, according to GetResponse, between 6 a.m. and 12 noon is the best time. I guess because people wake up and check their emails first thing in the morning, and they're just getting ready. If they go to work, they're probably just settling in and have a little bit of time to kill. So they look through their emails, purchase products, whatever it may be, before they actually get started with their work. And then you've got 12 noon to 6 p.m. and then 6 p.m. to midnight, which is the second hottest time to send out your emails. Now let's look at the engagement during the day, top click hours. So if you want the most clicks, send it out between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. or 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Now the top open hours, if you want more opens for your emails, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. The problem I see is that if everyone is going to take advantage of these best times, then most people will receive the emails during these times, and they'll just be flooded with all these emails. So that's why, as I said in the beginning of this email, there really is no best time. And what you want to do is actually take advantage of those non-peak hour times, because most people aren't receiving those emails, aren't receiving any emails, as much emails, I guess, as during the peak hour times. Message timing by time zones. You can see here different cities: New York, London, Sydney, Moscow. But it says here that 9 a.m. seems like the perfect time to send out a newsletter, but you should match the local times and be aware of the time zone differences. So 9 a.m. in New York is like 11 p.m. in Sydney, Australia. And as I mentioned before, GetResponse does have a feature called time travel, which can schedule it based on the recipient's local time. And you can read further down here, you've got highlights of the infographic, just in point form, and key takeaways. So that link will be provided just below this video if you want to learn more of their findings and reports. But I want to show you one thing here. This is a screenshot taken just 5 minutes ago there of the stats of the traffic of one of my websites. Now, my website here, it's a niche website. It's not small, it's a big market. But people that are looking for this particular information, it's around business, okay? It's around a hobby slash business. And the darker blue colors indicate the peak time. So this is based on the last 30 days. You can see Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On the left side here, you can see the time. All right. Now, this is based on my local time. Just take note, this is in Sydney, Australia. But this personally gives me an indication of when the users are most active on my website. So this is traffic. It is a different medium, so it is a little hard to compare, but it gives me a guideline as to when I should send by email, because people do subscribe for my newsletter on this niche website. So when they are awake or active, then that's a good time to send out. So you can look for this info yourself by installing Google Analytics on your website and then checking the stats. You can see this is the page views section. This is on my mobile app. So I just took a screenshot quickly just to show you how it works. This is another way to see when is a good time to send out your email.